Um, so it seems that my worst nightmare, as y'all can judge by the title, my worst nightmare seems like it's coming true right now. There's been way too much Houston drama in the last 2 or so years. Way too much. And you guys know me. You guys know that I've kept y'all up to speed with everything. In the last few weeks, nothing has really happened until now. But oh man, I can't believe this. There's so much dysfunctionality with this city right now, and it's sports. Mainly it's sports. The Astros making are trying to can't decide who they want to sign. And they'll probably lose George Springer. The Texans are complete garbage, and Deshaun Watson could get traded soon. Maybe. I don't see that happening, but maybe. And now this has been going on way longer than that. I mean, James Harden has been unhappy with the Rockets for some time now, and he's finally, obviously, his comments last night about the Rockets' lack of effort this season. I can't say that he's wrong because the Rockets so far this season have stunk, but he obviously did that last night intentionally. He said that intentionally, one, to expose the Rockets, and two, so they would, retaliate and get him out of Houston. He knew that's what they were going to do. That's exactly what they're doing right now. They have sent him home, and they're probably going to be trading him within the next few, maybe hours or even days. I don't know, but it's coming. So Houston fans, basketball fans, your worst nightmare is coming true, because James Harden is probably about to get traded to either the Nets, the Sixers, or any other team that wants him, because the Rockets are dead set right now on trading him. And I've really lost a lot of respect for James Harden. And I know that everyone's saying he's done all he can for the city. That's not true at all. That's not true. Yes, he's won multiple scoring titles. He's, won an MVP award with us, but he hasn't given us what we've all wanted the most from James Harden. And it's not even just going to make us feel good. Well, it's not going to make us feel good for ourselves, because as sports fans, we want the satisfaction of knowing we have a championship. But we want that satisfaction, but it's not even just to that regard. It's more of, we feel good for our team. We feel good for James Harden. And that's that satisfaction we want to feel right now. We can't feel that right now, because James Harden, rather than being professional about this and saying, I'm going to give this all I can until I've 100% given my all. Like, if there's no hope that I'll win a championship in the future, then yes, I will accept that you can get traded, James Harden. But you do have hope. You have assets. I understand that you played the NBA champions last night and got your butts whooped. And I understand that you're 3-6 right now, which is not a good record. But it's not, this isn't rocket science. You can come back from that. This is the first 9 games. Your Rockets are always rusty to start the season. Always. No doubt about it. So there's no reason why you should be concerning the Rockets' lack of effort right now. If you want to say that in the middle of the season, be my guest, but not right now. We're not even past the 10th game yet. I don't know. James Harden, I don't know what your deal is. I understand you want that ring. You know you're such a good player. You want that ring so badly. You want it so badly. To know I was probably one of the best scorers of all time, and I got a championship out of it too. He wants to make worth of his career. But as I've said before, if he doesn't win a championship and retires before he can, he's not the first legend to retire without being a champion, without becoming a champion. And he's made it to the finals. He's been, I mean, technically a champion in some way. A Western Conference champion. He has been there before. He just didn't win everything. So no, he hasn't given Houston everything, and he hasn't given himself everything. But rather than giving Houston everything, he's picking himself over Houston. That's where we are right now. And that's just not loyal. There's no loyalty there. He wants to be loyal to another city just so he can pair up with a better star than John, with a better player than maybe John Wall or Christian Wood. But I don't think James Harden realizes how much effort this team is going to put in the future and how much potential we have. Christian Wood right now, we were expecting him to be like the sixth man, maybe even coming off the bench. Right now, he's our number 2 guy, right behind James Harden. Dare I say he's been better than James Harden this season, because James Harden has so far struggled, and that's because he hasn't really, I don't think he's been trying. We all know he hasn't been trying. So fans, a James Harden trade is on the horizon. It's time to start holding each other close, because that day is coming. The day is coming when we will no longer hear James Harden hitting a 3 in Houston anymore. We'll no longer be hearing the voiceover calling his name when he scores a bucket. We will no longer be hearing that enthusiasm. We will no longer hear that the beard is ours. The beard is our idol. We will no longer be able to hear that. We will no longer know that James Harden is our best basketball player. We will no longer have to know that and live our lives knowing that our best player is probably one of the greatest players ever, because he's going to go somewhere else and those fans there are going to know that. I never thought I'd say these words ever in my entire life. Never thought I would say that. But it's come to this. It's come to where we are right now. And I know everyone thinks that James Harden has given Houston his all and that he's right to go off on the Rockets right now. But I don't agree with that. And that's because he claims that he's never had a voice in this organization ever. But when you look at the Russell Westbrook trade and even the John Wall trade, he apparently influenced that. And that, if he didn't influence it, would those trades have even happened? So no, he did have a say. He's just finding a way to get out of Houston because he hasn't won a championship yet. He's going full Kevin Durant mode here. So if this trade does happen, which it probably will, I mean, I'm not going to say that James Harden didn't do anything for the Rockets. So if it comes to that, if the Rockets do end up trading him, thank you, James Harden. Thank you for everything. Thank you for the 8 years you devoted to this team. The 8 wonderful years. Not championship years, but they were almost like championship years. Thank you. And Houston is always going to have a home for James Harden, even though he's going on a rant right now. We're always going to have a home for him here. He's always welcome. So that's going to wrap up the video, guys. Thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. I will keep y'all updated. If a James Harden trade does come up, I'll possibly do a live stream. Honestly, yes, I kind of agree. I'd rather the trade come sooner than later because I don't want to have to sit around anymore knowing that he'll probably just get traded later. I'd just like to have a day where I know that he's not going to be a Rocket anymore, and then the next day I will hopefully forget it. So, once again, that's going to wrap up the video. Thanks for watching. If you did like it, go ahead and subscribe. I'm trying to hit 50. We're at 47. We're almost there. We didn't hit 50 by the end of last year, but let's try to hit it by the end of January. So, once again, like, subscribe, and comment down below your thoughts on the James Harden mess right now. So, like, subscribe, comment. I'll see you later, Rockets fans, basketball fans. Go Rockets. See you later, guys.